because it was changing the pressure in your brain.
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah.
Especially when I saw how big it was. I was like, whoa, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So it's like I was getting into drinking a couple beers
Because
a
the
night.
alcohol is one of the only things that can pass through the blood-brain barrier.
Yeah,
so it was
really?
going through, and it was like easing the pain inside your brain. I mean, that's what was happening there. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
I have nothing but respect for these competitors. Make no mistake, I am cocky in prediction. I am confident in preparation, but I am always humble in victory or defeat.
I say I'm everything and more, and you can't tell me any different. You knew rappers cool, but you far from competition. The best white rapper to emerge since 9/11. Semi-suicidal beats, I get them all into heaven. I got some poet demand, I'll even pull for your man. Although we don't like my music, his girl's a hell of a fan. Today's Mike Jordan, but I'm fading from humble. I slam my chest like Harambe to gain respect from the jungle. Said I'm the clutch man, feeling like this.
So I started my morning checking out front. Yeah, it's the packages coming, and I got some. Pretty excited. It's funny, like being 28, getting excited over packages. It's like when I was younger, it never went away. But each one has its own little story. Polar Global and I have created a cool partnership with heart rate monitors, and I have Dave Meir to thank for that. He's the one that sparked my interest in heart rate training back in like 2011, 12, right before he retired. I think it was about that time. He was wearing them because he was trying to figure out which trick sparked his heart rate to jump and how he could control it with his breathing and his training, so that way he could, have more energy to contest and his heart rate wouldn't be so high. I got a video in the works about that I'll be sharing later in the future, but huge shout out to Polar Global. Go follow them, check out their gear. It's awesome. It's a good way to train, because in order for you to progress to where you want to go, in my eyes, you need to know where you are. And I'm all about data analytics and everything and numbers. And so for me, I've been using it for a couple months now actually, before I even partnered with them. And it's a good way to figure out where you're starting and if you're improving or if you're not improving, because just because you're trained doesn't mean it's going to be most beneficial for you and your body and your goals. So check them out, get a heart rate monitor, figure out what your numbers are, figure out how to get going, and have fun. Next is Brain MD from Dr. Daniel Amen Clinics. I'm doing a podcast with him for the Brain Warriors Way podcast. So I look forward to that, so keep an eye out for that. I'll probably be posting a video. Check it out. And last but not least, Garden of Life. Garden of Life's been hooking me up for the last 5 years with their raw, organic, non-GMO proteins, vitamins, minerals, probiotics, you name it, they got it. So huge shout out to them. I'm gonna go to Dave Goodall's house. We're gonna make some coffee, get things going a little bit. I have a meeting with Katie Rose from the National Brain Tumor Society. Found out she actually lives in my town that I live in, Apex, North Carolina. And then 11:30, I have a phone call meeting with Alicia Wilson. She is a lawyer who is helping me obtain my 501c3 status for my nonprofit, the Josh Perry Foundation. In the meanwhile, I have ARF, the Athlete Recovery Fund, backing me with their 501c3 status. So pretty fortunate, pretty grateful. I put the work in to make this a reality and creating this team, if you want to call it that, a network of support and all like-minded people with the same goals. So it's pretty awesome. And at 2:30, I have a meeting with a Raleigh reporter from CBS and WNCN. He connected with me on Twitter. We just had a mutual conversation through Gary V on Twitter, and he saw my profile and reached out, and we're gonna go meet and see how I can be a part of a project he's got going on in the Raleigh area. And then at 4 o'clock, I'm gonna go to Athletic Lab and meet up with my strength and conditioning coach, and we're just going to chat about my foot injury I'm dealing with, share Polar's products they just sent to me, so I'm pretty excited about that. And we've been, like I said before, we've been using the heart rate training at the gym. Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
mic out, I got my flow right now. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa. I write my life down, and with my sight now, I got.
Good morning, Kennedy. You having a good morning?
Yeah, a little bit. Just these buttons. I might try to put this on the button. It's a tough part for me.
Oh no. What's up, Dilly?
Hello.
What are you doing?
Homework.
Homework in the morning?
Yeah.
Bacon.
Quickly before your battery dies.
I want you to feel it.
I'm heading out to meet Katie from National Brain Tumor Society.
What's her name?
Katie Rose, and it should be a good meeting. But hopefully I'm not late. You said it's right down the road?
Yeah, 55.
Sweet. Yeah, I have the address in my calendar. All right, sweet. Well, I'll see you in a little bit. Thank you. Oh, your cat just scared the shit out of me.
Wait, she's getting out?
No, she's right there. She just scared me. All right, I'll be back in a little bit.
My hair right somehow. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa. Hey, my life is different than the pic.
This is Katie Rose.
Hey, Katie, how's it going? This is Josh Perry.
Hey, good.
I'm on my way. I just wanted to make sure before I went to the wrong one. Is it the one in Cary or the one in Apex?
The one in Apex that's at the Target.
Oh, okay. Because when I pulled up 55, it was gonna bring me to Cary.
I know it's the one. It's the one that's it's practically in Holly Springs, but it's not Holly Springs. I can meet you at Beaver Creek if you want me to.
Oh, it doesn't matter either way. I just wanted to call and make sure, and then say I'm maybe a few minutes late because I almost was driving out to Cary.
Oh no, yeah. Well, that really.
I live right by Beaver Creek. That's why I was like, well, there's like 5 that pull up that are right by that area.
I can meet you at the Beaver Creek one if you want to do that.
Either way, it'll be about the same time. You to get here, me to get there. So I'll just I'll come out that way and I'll meet you over there. And
All right, perfect.
So.
Perfect. I'll see you there.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Shot painted, the pain and defer the pain. Or maybe that's how I drain it. Or maybe that's how I contain it till I spill it to you. You wrote me once and said I saved your life, you saved mine too. When depression was resting on my conscience like daily, I never second guessed my sanity. I knew I was crazy, but that crazy was good, because that crazy was Tommy. They tried to force the pharmaceuticals to reform and harm me, but I just did me and dove into art. I started training, never seen a place I'm at from the start. But all in all,
Hey y'all, I'm Katie Rose, creator. I work for the National Brain Tumor Society. I'm the Director of Hospital and Patient Relations and the Director of Development for the Southeast. We're excited to work together to promote Brain Tumor Awareness Month and increase awareness about the importance of funding for brain tumors.
I was like, you're gonna do what? From where to where? And I was awake for it, and that's what they did.
Yeah.
So it was located on that main artery, and so they were worried about if they hit it, I would bleed out, I would have a stroke, I could die, wake up paralyzed, you know, the list goes on.
Right.
And being freshly 21, I got to sign all the papers. And and so they were saying the reason it grew back was because Dr. Freeman was worried about hitting it, because one, the optic nerve issue was pushing down my optic nerve, which resulted in my, losing my vision, which the eye doctors were like, your eyes are fine. I was like, clearly they're not, because I can't see you.
Yeah.
So that was before I hit my head, which led to the MRI, which led to the diagnosis. And so there was the optic nerve, and then the other issue was the artery. So when I talked to him with Greg last year, 6 years later, he remembered everything. He said, my, what do they call it? My resident was, rushing me because it was supposed to be 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
And we were moving on to 6. And I was like, this guy does some things with his hands and his feet that, he needs these motor skills and this and that. Like, we got to take our time.
Well, and radiation is the only thing that we actually know causes more brain tumors.
Yeah, and I learned that after the fact.
Yeah.
We started Googling, and then we did this to that, and I came across Gamma Knife.
Gamma Knife is a great option. Just very targeted lasers.
Yeah, and I was like, the success rates are up there, like 90%, mid 90%. The side effect rates are like below 1%. Like most people return to work the next day.
Right. Dr. Glenn Lesser, who is on our scientific advisory board or medical advisory board, he is the first person ever to operate on a brain tumor with a Gamma Knife. A lot of times, health insurance companies don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. Oh, and especially at my age.
But a meningioma, I mean, it's crazy though that it grew back. I don't know. That's pretty interesting.
The thing is it grew back in different areas. The third time.
It's just so nuts. I mean, I never would have. I don't think I've heard of a meningioma returning, but that's.
Yeah. Well, apparently I'm one.
You like to do things rare.
New things because.
What are you doing Memorial Day weekend? You want to come meet Matt Tifft and come to the NASCAR race?
Yeah. That's in Charlotte?
It's in Charlotte. Text me a photo of your driver's license, and I'll get you in, and you'll be in the pit, and you'll get to meet Matt.
That'd be sweet.
So Matt is 20.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say he's fairly young.
Dr. Friedman was his. Dr. Asher was his surgeon, but Dr. Friedman is his doctor now. He goes to Duke. And he is driving the braintumor.org car.
I've seen that.
Yeah. I can totally see you and Matt working together to really promote. How cool would it be to have you and Matt both representing Electa?
Their technology is the Lexcel, which is the last name of the doctor who invented Icon.
Icon. Okay. Yeah. All right. Gotcha. So how cool would it be to have them both representing you guys both representing them?
Yeah.
Do some brain tumor awareness
for sure.
campaign.
That is what I said in the video.
Right.
It's not known. Like I had to when I asked about it, he was like, "Oh yeah, it's great." I was like, "Why didn't you suggest that first?"
And that's where we can kind of help out too. I mean, part of my job is to help you guys figure out what your best course of treatment is. Now I didn't get an MRI until I had such debilitating headaches I was puking every day.
My friend
I thought they were migraines, and they're not. I mean, they are, but they're.
I had migraines when I was younger, very middle, elementary school, and I remember that's
you probably had that meningioma from when you were little.
And getting back into being 20, 21, the only time the pain would go away, no matter what Tylenol or anything I took, was if I had a beer. I could feel it slowly going away because I was.
It's because it was changing the pressure in your brain.
Yeah, which is insane. Yeah. Especially when I saw how big it was, I was like, "Whoa, that makes a lot of sense." Yeah. So it's like I was getting into drinking a couple beers a night.
Because the alcohol is one of the only things that can pass through the blood-brain barrier.
Yeah,
so it was going through, and it was like easing the pain inside your brain. I mean, that's what was happening there. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
Yeah. So there has to be a reason why that's coming back. I mean, most of the time you don't see a meningioma return like that or spread or go to the other hemisphere.
What really pissed me off about that was once it came back and then I had Gamma Knife, that next year is when I really took charge of everything I learned diet-wise. I cut out soda, cut out alcohol, I cut out processed food. I started cooking everything at home, eating more vegetables, juicing, smoothies, and then I went through the Institute for Integrative Nutrition program the following year.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, and I learned so much. I got into the keto style diet, and
the ketogenic diet is actually one of the only diets we've been able to prove works to reduce the growth of tumors. Ketogenic diet is the best thing to do.
And people are like, "Oh, it's a fad." This and that, the whole bulletproof thing.
My kids painted my nails yesterday, so they look disgusting. What else are you gonna do when they're sitting home sick? I'm a stepmom of 3 children.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time today.
It was great to meet you.
It.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's amazing putting an idea out and energy into it, and the people you attract. It's just really great, and this is cool. I'm grateful to have Katie's and the National Brain Tumor Society support with my foundation and our initiative to give back, but also promote BMX at the same time and give back to the riders that are going to be involved. And my way of just sharing my passions with the world and supporting those that have supported me and the people that need support. And yeah, good stuff.